Welcome to Stanford and welcome to America. Many of you know the prolific thought leader whose work informs humankind today, the author of Man's Search for Meaning, Viktor Frankl, a Holocaust survivor whose wisdom informs how I live, seek my purpose, and renew my commitment to that purpose every day. Among many life lessons, Viktor Frankl imparted on this world, one that has deep resonance with me. Those who have a why to live can bear with almost anyhow. I've never thought I would be put into position to intimately and profoundly understand the message he sought to convey. All of us who came to this world have been given a mission and a purpose. Some of us are lucky enough to understand that mission early on. Some of us are still trying to detect it. And sometimes life calls us upon to that mission. But we must be ready for it and rise to the occasion. And that readiness requires us to constantly seek knowledge, learn, travel, and see the world, and be better than yesterday. When I was at Harvard Law School, I want to become anti-corruption lawyer and serve in the best way I can. But suddenly, an unspeakable injustice happened to my own brother that turned my life upside down. My brother is ethnically Uyghur, an award-winning tech entrepreneur, philanthropist who has thought to change the world and be given a prestigious award by the State Department as an international visitor. He came onto a similar program like we did, but after returning within a few weeks, he was forcibly disappeared by the Chinese government. My brother sought excellence and greatness in his life. He wanted to use the power of technology to empower young and poor and rich and old, everybody. But that very country he wanted to serve ultimately betrayed him and put him into the concentration camps along with millions of other Uyghurs. When I was growing up, I've always thought that the world is so much bigger. My life is not limited to one country. I can seek knowledge beyond the borders and forge friendship and be better and learn as much as I can. And be the first Uyghur to study at Harvard Law School. But I've never thought, while I was doing all of that, and all the lessons that I learned, friendship that I formed, and the legal skills that I learned was preparing me for that moment when life also threw a hard ball at me. So to see, our mission and purpose can change and it can grow. And that's exactly what happened. And I rose to the challenge and became my brother's keeper. And I started to become his advocate. But as I continued this journey of advocacy, I realized it's not just my brother who is in the concentration camp. It's the grandmother who would call me on the street as, "Hey, young daughter, could you please give me a hand?" It's happening to my next door neighbor. And these are my beloved community. Now, Uyghur people are just wonderful. We have this glorious culture, except the country that claims sovereignty over the Uyghurs rejects that glorious culture and tries to redefine it and try to change us to somebody else. My brother was simply being persecuted for being who he is. So this is a very emotional place to be to talk about this. But one thing I do learn that even if we find the mission and purpose, it's the attitude towards that mission counts. It's being able to show up every day. And that's what I'm trying to do every day. And it's not easy. Sometimes life is so hard. And in order to achieve that mission, all you have to do for that day, just take care of yourself. And that's what I'm doing. One thing that really shaped my life is that when my brother, after 5 years, finally had a chance to have a word with my family after forcibly disappeared because of my advocacy, his message to the rest of the world was, be kind and be kind to everybody. So that got me thinking, if my brother is saying yes to life, despite the difficulty, despite the challenge, despite being put into solitary confinement, who am I not to say yes to life and live purposefully in that mission to achieve in all my goals in the pursuit of justice, be the torchbearer for my own community, and continue to be a better version of myself and my brother's keeper. So that's a life lesson that I learned, and that's something that I try to leave it here. But one thing that I know for sure, in that mission in the pursuit of justice and greatness, you all would become a part of this journey as of today. Thank you.